Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's video. Things are getting crazy and I'm lonely. If you guys don't know, Gabby and Sophie have gone to stay with their grandma for a few days and hang out with her, and I'm alone. I'm lonely. Anyway, I want to show you guys what it looks like outside today in Ontario, Canada. It be looking rough, you guys, rough. Look at that view though. Like you can just see through the trees, that field over there. Whoops. Over there, and then over there. It just looks so pretty. And then out there, it's just so pretty. The snow on the trees, like it's gorgeous out. Since the girls have been gone, they left yesterday, I've been cleaning up, reorganizing and getting rid of junk. I've been getting ready for my grandkids to come. I've cleaned up the playroom a little bit. Actually, the playroom needs a lot more cleaning, so don't judge. I kind of feel like our house is turning into a zoo. Everywhere you look is a little animal. I took some video of Piglet yesterday. I'm gonna put it in here if I can. Sometimes my phone videos don't work in the editing program, but if I can put it in, I'll put it in here. She is getting so funny. She's finally starting to get to the point where she runs and she plays and she does piggy zoomies. And it took a long time. Like the other pigs have been doing it for a long time. She loves the new bed that I made her. I'll show you guys in a second. I found a way to leave it open. I was leaving, look at, she's making a mess. She's licking the floor. She's licking the floor. Why are you licking the floor? She does lick everything. I found a way to open it last night. I leave one side of it open. What are you eating? Just what the other pigs were doing yesterday. They were rooting and eating. So anyways, I left the cage open last night and she was running in and running out, and pigs are so smart. I showed her one time that she could climb out through the door, and then suddenly she was an expert and she knew where the door was. She knew how to open it. She knew how to close it. She knew, like, she's so smart. And I actually can't wait to start teaching her some tricks. You're a funny little baby. You're a funny little baby. Sassy. We should have called you Sassy. Whoops. She falls a lot. Oh, what was that? A little baby piglet. I don't know what she's digging for. I don't know what she's digging for, but she thinks there's something in this carpet that she needs. My grandkids are coming in just a couple of weeks. So I'm going to try and get a few more. I'm going to go out and do some shopping and get some more bigger boy toys and bigger girl toys for my playroom. I have such a range in age of grandkids now, and honestly, little kids and babies are like my specialty. It's what I love. So I love that I'm able to have this little playroom set up for them. I've always had some kind of a playroom. Even in our other house, it was so tiny, there was no room for a playroom. So I had a spot at the top of the stairs. There's a big open space, and I had a shelf, something like this, a little bit different, and I had a bunch of baskets full of toys, and every time they would come over, they would go up there. And so I'm grateful that in this house it's bigger and we have room. But also I find that Piglet uses this room a lot. She'll just go running in here because she plays with the balls and she likes to play with the toys. Yeah, you're such a baby. Yep, that's my sock. That's my sock. Come on. The dogs are really good with her. They're used to... Oh. Come on, she's funny. It's just funny. Funny to watch her. Now imagine if I didn't have her in here, I'd be so lonely. Actually, that's not true because I have something else. Something else I wanted to show you guys. She wakes up now and cries to get out of her pen. I have to lock it during the day when the dogs are in there because I don't want her running out and being alone with the dogs. But at night when I'm sitting in there with her, or even in the day when I'm sitting in there with her, I let it open. I leave it open and she runs and she plays. But she also cries now, not just to not just to eat. She cries to get out of her bed. And at night, when I come down in the middle of the night to feed her, which I'm still doing. I'm still feeding her in the middle of the night. But when I come down and I feed her in the middle of the night And then I take her back upstairs, like when she's done, and I pick her up and I start to walk towards the stairs. She screams because she doesn't want to go back to bed. But then I put her in her bed and then she just goes to sleep. She's definitely a girl on a mission now, and she knows what she wants. She knows what she wants and what she doesn't want. So she absolutely hates being locked in her bed now. She hates it, and this morning she was screaming at the top of her lungs, and it's because she got stuck in her blanket. She knows that that's where I open it. I take off the zip tie and she can get out there. She knows how to get out there. She's telling me she doesn't want to, I don't want to be in bed, Laura. But she's got toys in here, so you can play in here. She's really cute though. It almost feels like a zoo in here now, and I love it. Having animals is so amazing to me. Like, some people have 27 kids, and I probably would have had 27 kids, but my life didn't work out like that. I don't know. It's weird how I had kids. Like, I had 2 kids close together, and then 6 years later I had another baby, and then 10 years later I had 2 more kids close together. My oldest son is 21 years older than my youngest child, so it just wasn't in the cards for me. Looking back, I wish I had had more kids. Anyways, so now I have pets. You guys know that I've been wanting a bird. So I've figured out that I'm a bird person. I love my I love my turkeys so much. I love the chickens a lot, but I really love the turkeys. I love bigger birds. I loved our duck and our goose. I just love them. I never knew that I loved them. When I was a teenager, I didn't ever really pay any attention. But what's weird is that my biological mom was a bird person too. And it's weird. Like, even though I was adopted and raised in a completely different environment, I have so many things that she had. Like, she had cockatiels her whole life, and she bred them and she loved them. I'm not interested in breeding birds, but I love birds. And I've been looking for another bird. I had one. Actually, I've had a couple of birds through the course of our life. Sam had a cockatiel a few years ago, and then I tried to go up and I tried to get a little bit harder of a bird and ended up breaking my pelvis, and then my family had to take over, and it did not go well. They were not really into birds. Anyway, so I decided on a budgie, a little parakeet, and I've been looking for the last couple of months for one because I wanted to be very specific. I wanted a hand-fed budgie. The reason that I wanted that was because I wanted to be able to teach it to talk, and I wanted to be able to handle it a lot. I wanted to like have a really interactive relationship with it, the same way I have with my turkeys. I wanted to like form a bond with it, not just have it in a cage singing, which I love too, but I really wanted to be able to like have that bigger bond. I wanted to be able to teach it to talk. And so most of you guys probably know that boy budgies are the ones that are more likely to learn to talk. So I had a very specific kind of bird that I wanted. I wanted a budgie, and it had to be a boy, and it had to be hand fed. And it took a long time to find it, but a couple of weeks ago I actually found one. I didn't care what the color was. I just cared that it was a boy, and I found one. So I've had one for a couple of weeks, and I want to introduce you guys now. I let him stay in the cage for a week without being handled at all, and then, although Sophie handles him, and he really likes Sophie. He likes Sophie more than he likes me. So this is Bluey, and he is 11 weeks old now, or he's an English budgie, which is just means that he's a little bit bigger bodied than your regular American or Australian budgie. Did you guys know budgies came from Australia? But yep, this is him. He's a baby. He was hand fed. He's got a little tag on his ankle there. I haven't been able to read it yet. He's still not completely sure of me, but he's tame and he's friendly enough that he'll sit with me. I only got one. Budgies are very into community orientated, and so they really need to have a relationship with somebody, and if you only get one, they're more likely to build a relationship with you. If you get 2, then forget it. They're going to be together. Even if they don't recommend putting they don't even recommend putting a mirror in a budgie's cage if you want it to be your friend. So we've been working on things for the last couple of weeks. basically I've been trying to teach him to talk. And I've been trying to keep the cat away from him. So I have him in this room and I have the piggy over in the other room. And the cat, she goes everywhere. I like him. I really like him a lot. When I hold him and I'm working with him and I feel like he's really like actually paying attention to me, I really enjoy it. This is his little cage. I'm gonna get him another cage. I have it in this window. This window is covered so the sun can't come in, but he gets lots of light. And actually I've seen birds come out there and be watching him, go on the railing out there and they just stare in at him. So here's his little cage. It's not the cage that I want, but my sister gave it to me for free. So she gave it to me to start out. It's my starter cage, but I've been looking to try and figure out what I want for a bigger cage. And I think I have an idea. Oh, good boy. Pretty boy. So I think I know what I want. There are a few other things that I want to get for him that I have to get for him. I want to get him a mineral block and definitely a bigger cage. He's not super tiny and he could probably fit that cage, but just looking at him in there in relation to the cage, it's the width. Like he has lots of room to go down to the bottom, but I want something wider. I bring him out about 6 times a day, and when I leave the room, I leave the TV on in here so that he has something to listen to, because budgies can get really lonely and get depressed if they're alone. In the wild, budgies are used to it always being chaotic, and when it's quiet, that means that like everybody's being quiet, you need to hide. So I don't want him to be scared, so I try and leave the TV on for him all the time. Yeah, he said yeah. So still getting used to him still getting used to us. He plays with all the toys in here. Like I said, the only problem that I have is the cat. I don't want him to feel like he's being, come here, kitty, stalked. But I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. In the winter, we're in the house a lot more than in the summer, especially right now because we're under siege with this winter weather. And I love having things inside the house that I can hang out with, and I love cleaning the cage. I love organizing the cage. I love searching for new cages. I love reading up on everything that I need to know about him. I'm so excited that I was able to find him, that I was able to find a hand-fed baby boy. I really like the American smaller budgies better, but now that he's here, I think that his bigger size is going to be better for us, especially with that cat who's always trying to chase him around. Sophie named him Bluey. It's been an awesome 2 weeks, but anyway, I wanted to introduce him to you guys. I wanted you guys to meet him and see him, and he's just little, but they are on the top 5 smartest birds. Top 5 smartest birds. I also love being in this room because I can watch the horses from in here. So I washed my little snowsuit that I got for Christmas. I love this thing. I was worried about washing it. I thought for sure it would be a nightmare to wash because it's so big and it's so heavy, but oh my gosh, it washed perfectly. And I've discovered this winter, this is the first winter, I'm 55, I discovered that things that are quilted and have that Sherpa fur, like that white, you know, fur stuff in it, that is the warmest stuff that we have here. So this snowsuit, this thing that I'm wearing, I called it a snowsuit, and Sam gets so upset with me. And I think it's because it's for men, and I think he's secretly jealous that I have it, even though he could have bought himself one. And they're for men, so when I call it a snowsuit, he gets offended because men don't wear snowsuits. So now I'm gonna call it a snowsuit every day. Oh, what's the matter? Why are you guys screaming? It's getting cold now. I keep on weighing a little Piglet every single day, and today she weighs a whopping 1 pound, 3 ounces. She's gonna like probably be 3 months before she hits 2 pounds. And that's really tiny. Whoa, that's so super tiny for a potbelly pig. And so she might just be one of those pigs that turns out to be like 30 pounds full grown instead of like 85. Hi, babies. Hi. Get in there. Uh-oh. I'm sliding. I'm sliding. Oh, I do not know where Sam is. Oh, there he is. You guys see him?
Definitely harder to do chores without kids here helping.
I know, and then we got dumped on so much snow. We always want our kids to have opportunities though. So if they want to spend time with Sam's mom, then I think that's important. So Sam and I will take one for the team. Look at you guys are wrecking that thing. Whew! Get out of it. How do you just know where everything is? Where's the pig?
Probably sleeping.
Oh, anyways. So I brought my new scale down and I'm gonna weigh all these baby pigs today. Aha, pose! I'm not gonna weigh all of them. I'm just gonna weigh a couple. I'm gonna maybe weigh like the smallest one and the biggest one, and we're gonna see what the average size potbelly pig weighs. Oh my gosh, you guys. This morning, one of the pigs fell in that water and it was icy and I was freaking out. I had to rescue it. It couldn't even get out. It was just screaming at the top of its lungs. She was freaking out. They were freaking out. She's leaving. She's like, I'll see how much I weigh. And this morning, I thought one was dead because they're all pooping. This is the pooping spot. They're all in a row. Anyways, so I was watching them this morning when I was doing my morning check, and all of them were jumping and running and playing. They were jumping on top of this one pig. It was the big boy pig. Uh-oh. Posey, you better get in. I don't know what's happening here. Did you see a boy? Stay away from boy. I was looking at him and I was thinking, oh my gosh, he does not look healthy. Like, he looks, maybe he's dead. And so I picked him up and he was so floppy, like, didn't even open his eyes. And I'm like shaking him, like, are you dead? that's how I react. And he just slowly opened his eyes and yawned up at me, and he just was in a deep sleep. But oh man, I was freaking out. Okay, come here, I need a baby. I need the smallest and the fattest. Alright, so I think you're the smallest. Whoa. Listen, holy moly. This one's the smallest. Oh, my bad knee. Don't be mad at me. I'm just weighing your baby. All right, you guys, get ready for it. £2 1 ounce. The smallest one is 2 pounds 1 ounce. It's taking off. Oh, she's mad. Oh my gosh. How do you catch them? This is the biggest. You guys. So, the smallest one is a pound bigger than her. And let's see how much this one weighs. This one's a big. Okay, just stay there. Stay there. 3 something. Don't knock my camera. Oh, Posey. It was like 3 pounds 1 ounce or something. 3 pounds 3 ounces maybe. It was really hard to get it because they like to run off. So that big pig, if I can get it. Come on. Oh no. That big pig weighs as much as a baby goat. Stop. Look at how fat she is. Are you a girl? Oh. Yeah, it's a girl. It's a big fat girl. I swear this is the first one born. She's the biggest. Say hi. Say hi. 3 pounds 2 ounces. You're going the wrong way. Why are you limping? Come on, Blossom. Look at your fat belly. That looks like 2 babies on one side, 1 on the other. Come on. There you go. They're at the stage now where they're vicious with each other. Like, they really wrestle each other. When they get mad, they really go at it too. Did you crash it? Yeah? All right, are we ready? Yeah. Look at that little tiny thing there weighs 2 pounds 2 ounces or 2 pounds 3 ounces.
Oh, yeah. When you got Posey, they weren't that big.
Posey was huge.
Yeah.
She was big, healthy. She's not a big potbelly pig though. And that's the thing, it's hard to like tell how big she is. She looks big in the camera probably, but she's not a huge potbelly pig. Like my friend has a potbelly pig and it's like double her height. and totally different body composition.
Don't you know that you're beautiful?